Can you flow in the natural cycle? This is a fateful Taurus full moon. The burning question is, so how do I give to receive? How do I find a balance between work and pleasure? Taurus, the earthy pulse. Is abundance given, manifested, or do you grow and nurture it? What does abundance even mean to you? A Taurus full moon illuminates where you've been tending to and growing steady abundance. This is the sign of fertile earth, where the moon, who symbolises your fortune, emotions, body and flow, is in her exaltation, place of high regard. The laughter-loving sensual Venus rules, asking you to experience beauty, value and worth as embodied experiences live through the senses and body. This is Celestial Astrology and I'm your host Sonia. If you enjoy this, I'd be so grateful for your subscribes, comments and likes. Please do let me know how you experience this full moon and what you find helpful. Taurus is steady, solid and substantial. Picture a calm and lush garden, the hum of bees and clover, the rhythm of breath in meditation. The body's quiet wisdom that knows when to tend and when to allow space. Here we return to instinctive knowledge and the natural cycles and rhythms of nature. Taurus is an earth sign. It is fixed in nature, and yin or feminine, meaning that it is receptive, so the significations may be experienced internally or in a more subtle way. Fixed signs may be known for stability, determination, reliability and persistence, also sometimes stubbornness or tunnel vision. This is the field that has been carefully tended over time. It contains and multiplies what has been planted from the effort invested. The moon, who moves so quickly through the zodiac, finds stability here. She can receive without depletion the gifts of exaltation and hold space for growth. This full moon stands out because the ruler Venus is still in her breezy home sign of Libra, so she has full expression of her benefic and bountiful significations. The exalted moon is also bringing its highest potential, offering a sense of ease and natural flow. However, there is also the potential for the cup to spill over. Exalted planets can bring some excess of their significations, so a full range of powerful emotions may be fully experienced in the body, especially with the water trine forming and reforming over the next few weeks. The Sun in Scorpio forms a whole sign grand trine with Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer. Venus is the benefic planet of the night, while Jupiter is the benefic planet of the day. Jupiter is also in an exalted place in Cancer, so both benefic planets are well placed, as well as the moon, which adds to the potential abundant significations of this moon. It's a great time to connect with your senses, indulge in self-care, and prioritize what brings you joy and stability while you reflect on what is culminating for you. If you want to further explore this Scorpio season, I have a seasonal offer, Venus and Pluto, the mirror of your soul, and bookings are open until the 8th of November for £45. The nature of a full moon. Full moons reveal what has ripened, culminated, or is coming to a conclusion. Astrologically, they occur when the moon reaches an opposition with the sun. As our two luminaries, our lights, an opposition represents a symbolic dialogue between the conscious and the instinctive, between light and shadow. Symbolically, we prepare to harvest what was sown at the new moon. We might look at the new moon of 2 weeks ago, and also at the Taurus new moon 6 months ago, as their outcomes are now visible. Full moons can bring illumination. We see the light of the moon reflecting the sun's light and brightening the night sky, bringing awareness and often release. The light of the full moon can also be uncomfortable. It exposes with the illumination and asks for truth. We see what's flourishing and also what's failing to thrive, and we are called on to respond. The Moon Family, Taurus 2. In Lunar Shadows 3, Dietrich Pessin describes how lunations form families over time. Each new moon initiates a longer storyline that unfolds over 27 months through its quarter phases. These quarter phases give us dates of likely pivot or adjustment points in the story. This family began with the new moon of 8th of May 2024 at 18 degrees of Taurus, reached its full point of adjustment on the 5th of February 2025 at 16 degrees of Taurus. It's culminating now at this full moon on the 5th of November 2025 at 13 degrees of Taurus, and it will complete its cycle at the last quarter on the 6th of August 2026 at 13 degrees of Taurus. The Taurus 2 story, the middle field of the bull's domain, where we tend and nurture what's been planted, is a story of honouring both consistency and patience. For those with planets or angles within 11 to 18 degrees of the fixed signs, that's Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, this lunation family may feel especially resonant, weaving through themes of resources, values, and steady devotion. Make a note of the dates or check back in your journal or photos to see if the new moon and first quarter moon dates tell you the first parts of the story. Themes that began around May 2024 are now culminating, reaching visibility and clarity. Something seeded then is ripening, and you may be at a turning or pivot point. Once you reach August 2026, the consequences and integration will be clear as you prepare to release what you no longer wish to carry forward. Those with a prominent Venus and Moon, for example, as their chart ruler, Lord of the Year, or ruler of their solar return ascendant, or if you have planets or angles in the Earth trilogy at those degrees, that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you may also be able to identify this story unfolding. You may now feel the urge to review decisions or pivot towards a goal initiated in May 2024. Do you know what house Taurus is in for your natal or birth chart? This will tell you more about what themes might arise. An astrologer or astro coach can help you explore this further, and you can book a reading with me at celestialastrology.com. I have YouTube videos, and you can find the links in the notes to learn how to cast a chart and identify the houses so you can clarify for yourself what themes to expect. My astro coaching workbook will help you work with and co-create with the lunations. You can purchase it in my Ko-fi shop or download it for free when you upgrade your Substack subscription to join Celestia Circle, where we gather to look at how the moon families are unfolding, and I support you to work with them. Taurus 2, the Decan of sustained creation. This full moon falls in the Decan of Taurus 2. The stories of this Decan are associated with balance and the natural rhythms of life. This emphasizes the importance of balancing work and pleasure, aligning with seasonal rhythms, with fertility and fecundity. This decan is ruled by the Moon and Mercury. They are both the closest planets to us, and we are most impacted by their cycles in our emotions, memories, thoughts, and ideas. The Moon symbolises fortune, and as she waxes and wanes in her 29-day cycle, we are reminded that fortune too can wax and wane, and not to hold too tightly to material abundance. This is where the image of sharing from the oracle and tarot arises, as the moon disseminates all that she collects from her visits to the other planets. Mercury supports us to plan thoughtfully and pay attention to detail as we tend to our field, so that we can nurture the growth. Austin Coppock in 36 Faces names the decan Linga Yoni, the sacred union of masculine and feminine creative principles. Here spirit and matter entwine, and through their dance, something tangible is created and born. Kira Ryberg titles it Balance, which also feels fitting. We are guided through the heart of Taurus season, a time when the plough runs steady. This is when our attention and tending become devotion. We honour the natural rhythm here, work and rest, as well as give and receive, effort and ease. The wisdom lies in trusting and keeping that rhythm alive while we find the sweet spot of balance. The moon helps us to tune into that inner wisdom. This is further illustrated by the Taurus 3 Give to Receive card. The Wild Way oracle image for this decan shows 3 badgers dancing under the triple moon. Once your fields have been sown and the first shoots start to emerge, it's time to devote yourself to their survival and eventual harvest. The badgers remind us that even in the apparent stillness of Taurus, there's still movement and growth, small, persistent acts of care that will shape the future harvest. Keywords for this decan include balance, work and pleasure, seasonal rhythms, fertility and fecundity. Tarot, Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles corresponds to this decan, a card of exchange and generosity. In the card's image, a seemingly richly dressed figure gives coins to a kneeling figure. In the other hand, they hold scales. They are finely balanced and steady. The card is also known as the Lord of Material Success and reflects the finely tuned art of sharing what we have and receiving what we need. T. Susan Chang writes in Dreaming the Decans for Taurus 2. Exalted Moon. Through night you sail, riches pour beyond the veil. With silvered horns I pull the plough and plant my wisdom in the now. Harvest, plant, receive and give. Silent teacher, learn to live. Much to value, much to share. Open doorways everywhere. Opportunities deliver. Blessings fall on gift and giver. The verse mentions a silent teacher, the moon herself, guiding us to live by cycles of giving and receiving. The Six of Pentacles asks whether generosity flows both ways. Are you sharing your time and talents freely? Or can you recognize a scarcity mindset? Are you open to the gifts offered by others or guarding your independence too tightly? The astrological conversation. At this lunation, the moon is exalted in Taurus, radiant and full, directly opposite the sun in Scorpio. This is the fixed axis of embodiment and transformation, where we might experience our stability, needing to undergo some purge or renewal. Venus, ruler of Taurus, is travelling through Libra, her own airy home. Although she is averse to both luminaries, meaning she is in a blind spot for them, being in Libra allows her influence and support to still reach the moon through a sympathy of likeness as the ruler of both Libra and Taurus. Ancient astrologers called this lichen girding. She supports through grace and attraction, weaving her harmony, pleasure and peace into the full moon, supporting embodied wisdom through the senses. Mars rules the sun in Scorpio. Mars is in Sagittarius, with Mercury edging away from their recent meeting. You may still feel some of the consequences of this meeting. Perhaps the mind races while the will is seeking direction, or you have had a battle of words. There may be a restless, seeking undercurrent beneath an otherwise peaceful surface. The moon makes a whole sign sextile to exalted Jupiter in Cancer, in the moon's own home or domicile. They will meet by degree in less than a day. This can bring a sweet reciprocity with nourishment, protection, and a sense of emotional expansion. They both hold space for growth and safety. The moon's applying degree-based sextile to the North Node in Pisces offers forward karmic movement, a reminder that what we nurture now can become part of our long-term unfolding. Opportunities may arise in a subtle way, so look out for them, especially if you have placements in Taurus too. Reflection and ritual. Journal prompts. What has grown in your life since last May? What requires consistent tending rather than reinvention? Where do you give more than you receive? And where do you hold back where you could be more generous? What does balance look like for you right now? How could you root your creativity or service in pleasure? rather than in duty alone. Mindful practice. Sit beneath the moonlight or by candlelight and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Notice where you can feel the breath in your body. Then turn your attention to where you feel the earth holding you. Begin to imagine your energy moving in rhythm with your breath. Inhale as receiving and exhale as giving. Allow each breath to become an act of reciprocity. You may wish to journal after if any insights arise while doing this exercise. Ritual suggestion. Create a small offering for the earth. Perhaps flowers, honey, water, or words of gratitude. Connect physically with the earth as you make your offerings. Name one thing aloud that you are ready to give freely, and then one thing that you are now ready to receive without guilt or complex feelings. Then, in silence, listen for what the land offers back. Offer your gratitude before closing, and trust the timing. And finally, the full moon gathers all the threads. The sun's renewal, the moon's fertility, Venus's grace, and the steadfast soil of Taurus. The field has been planted, but it's before the time to harvest. You can see it now, full of promise, requiring your faith and care. The Decan of Taurus too reminds us that abundance flows where reciprocity is easy. We are asked not to block that flow and to enter into the natural cycle. When we balance effort and ease, our work becomes something greater, a devotion. We return to the burning question, how do I give to receive? How do I find a balance between work and pleasure? Have the moon, sun, and Mercury been able to help you with your answer? Maybe the time around the full moon will illuminate more for you. Abundance is offered to you through the process. Taurus fixed energy signifies slow and steady growth, the process of planning with care, a steady production and nurturing. The true magic lies in the results of the consistent effort and dedication that Taurus embodies. This full moon invites us to embrace a more sensual and grounded approach to life, aligned with natural cycles and rhythms. It's a chance to redefine and renew what security and abundance truly mean to us, and to cultivate a lifestyle that offers a deeper nourishment and joy. Please do leave your comments. Your subscribes are very, very welcome for a small channel that wants to grow. They're free, and it makes sure that you're notified every time that I post a new video. And please do let me know if you have any questions as well. I'm always happy to answer. Travel well, friends.